Hey, I'm Mr. and welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Manager Career. As we're qualifying round Jerez, the first Spanish round of the season for the Spanish Grand Prix. Those are Rossi flags arriving in the grandstand, so to our right hand side as we go across the line. And let's see if MacDonald can recover from America. And another up and down visit there, having the pace, no doubt. It just unravelled in the race. Well, for Jerez, yeah, it has been the same for MacDonald in the past. Maybe not having the outright pace, but in the race last season, it wasn't too bad actually. If you're looking to repeat that, get a top 10 performance though this time. As he's fallen back in the championship battle to Morbidelli already. Almost 3 race wins back as the Italian just can't stop winning. Well, Olivia can't stop finishing second behind him. So consistent at the start of the season. We're starting to come to some tracks where MacDonald can be quick. Jerez can definitely finish in the top 10, maybe even top 5. But then Le Mans where he won last season, Mugello where he won last season, Catalunya, Assen, Sachsenring. So for the rest of this first half of the season, I expect MacDonald to be right up there battling for wins. This round excluded. Maybe Le Mans if it's dry. In the wet, no doubt. And looks like it's going to be dry here. It's nice sunny conditions around this technical track. It's the second, third gear corners. The riders love it. The fans love it. He's played some fantastic racing in the past. Let's go through the right-hander. Oh, going slightly wide is MacDonald. Down to the final corner. Expect some passing going into this corner. As he takes a very wide line there. Whether he got in the power early enough that it kind of mitigated that time lost in entrance. Hopefully he had it on the exit as a 44.6. That could be a decent lap time for MacDonald. Could be top 10 in qualifying, I'm hoping. Top 15 at worst. Let's see. So it could be top 15. As Marquez, and it's like he's grabbing the pole, is he? He's just on off Luti. No, Morbidelli grabs it in the end by 0.02 of a second. This guy is unbeatable this season. With Marquez in second, Luti third, Oliveira in fourth, Passini fifth, Bagnaia sixth, Baldassarri seventh, Nakagami eighth for sure. So in ninth, Sabi ran out the top 10 in this home round. MacDonald, 16th, just missing out on top 15. But he is on the sit row, leading ahead of Surin and Isaac Vinales. While a teammate qualified in 29th. That crew upgrade working immediately. It looks like he's for the first time qualified in the top 30. I believe, with Ika right at the back in this home round. So let's see if these trends can actually move forward in the race. As looking at the grid, you've got Bagnaia up there on the second row. Fantastic qualifying from the Italian. And on the fourth row, no Quartararo. You've got Kent and Marini. As instead the Frenchman leads, the fifth row over there is Light Still on row 6. And looking further back, you can see Raffin leading row 8 ahead of Corsi and Gardner. And there is Magnum on the 10th row for the first time, alongside Pauli and Nakashima. And there is Iko right at the back.
The riders have all lined up on the starting grid. We are mere seconds away from the start of what promises to be a sensational Grand Prix.
As MacDonald's strapping in for what should be another roller coaster ride. But let's see how bumpy it's going to be. Let's rev up the engine. And the 7 laps in Spain get underway, and he's already jumped into the points. Good start. That's looking to the inside here, into the first corner for top 10. And he's up to 8th. He's behind Baldassarri. There's any space behind the Italian. The divers. Oh, he slides wide. And who's that losing out? One of the Mark VDS riders losing out on this first lap. So is Oliveira. Drop down to 7th. He's battling with MacDonald as MacDonald forces his way past the Portuguese rider. Breaking early into the right-hander. And it's Luti leading. Got Baldassarri round out the top 5. Got Passini up there battling for the win. What a crazy first lap already. As they're both been... Is Bagnaia battling for the win? What? Where did the Italian come from? He's got Passini in second. Italian 1-2 here. It's not Mugello already, is it? It looks like Baldassarri's bashed his way past. This is Morbidelli or Marquez. It's Marquez in 6th. Morbidelli behind him in 7th. Shocking race so far for the title battlers, with Oliveira down there in 8th as well. MacDonald setting up the run out of that right-hander for the final corner, perhaps to make a move on Baldassarri. Oh, he's a bit too far back on the Italian. So everyone's going wide. Well, it almost allowed Marquez to make the move. Is that as he go on to the second lap? Top 5 for MacDonald. Bagnaia leading. Bagnaia leading. It's Morbidelli instead of... Oh, and Luti's down! For the second race in a row, the Swiss veteran. But this time it's more costly. He's down to 27. He's got a battle in his hand to score points. MacDonald did the fast lap in the opening lap. He's up to 3rd. Behind the Italians. But Bagnaia's still leading ahead of Piscini. He's got Baldassarri in 4th. We had an all-Italian podium for a sec there. Why are you doing gate crashing it, MacDonald? As you do got to watch out for tyre wear again at the end of this race. A long race, 7 laps. It's going into the hairpin. Morbidelli up to 5th ahead of Oliveira. Even in a poor race, Morbidelli's battling back, getting a top 5. Is he? No, Marquez bars Baldassarri now. For 5th. Is that Morbidelli behind us in 4th then? So trying to catch up to the Italians, but they're glued to each other at the front. Got a very good pace. It's Marquez in 4th behind us. So the Mark VDS Bear battling back into the top 5 at least. Let's see we come into MacDonald's sector. Oh, slightly wide though through the right hander. That's not the run you want heading towards the final corner. Let's come to the end of this second lap. Piscini going for the win. Going for the lead. Past Bagnaia. That's a move that you expect in that final corner. That was, Marquez and Rossi balls there from Piscini. Yes, now MacDonald has caught up to the top 2. And Bagnaia a bit wide in that first corner. MacDonald did the fastest lap and is now up to 2nd, it looks like. Ahead of the one-time leader. It's going backwards quickly now as Bagnaia. So MacDonald now trying to battle with Piscini for the lead. I told you I expected MacDonald to battle for the win everywhere in this first half of the season now. Didn't really expect it here, did I? Well, it's working out that way, as after a poor first lap for the title contenders, Luti down as well. We've got some unexpected riders here battling for the win. And here comes Bagnaia. Told you he's dropping back. He doesn't want to say goodbye to 2nd though. He's got Marquez behind. Mador's settling in behind the Italian. Oh, he's looking around the outside though into the left-hander. Not a place you expect. We're playing with the throttle. Looking down the inside into the right. Has he got it? Oh, the Italian's back by the next right, is he? MacDonald holding it round the outside. He's made it work. There's now Piscini. He's leading the train here for the win at the end of this 3rd lap. So MacDonald goes even wider in that right hand. He can't get that corner right. He's not getting the run into this final corner. It's allowed Bagnaia to dive down his inside. Bagnaia pushing him very wide as well. It's almost allowed Marquez back into the podium places. As here comes MacDonald with the run out the corner back into 2nd. Piscini gets some breathing room at the beginning of this 4th lap. And so here comes MacDonald diving. Oh, he's down! I don't know how. Because he got into Piscini and then he just fell down. Seriously, look at your collision system milestone. I don't know how that's off rule. I can understand for the first part, but then he just fell. So he's down to 8th. He's behind Marini. He's got Zabi in 9th behind the Tech 3. As here comes MacDonald trying to get the run on Marini down his back straight. Heading into the hairpin. And And up into 7th has got Morbidelli up to 2nd of Piscini. So it's Marcus leading now. As that top 5 is all together. Look at that in front. MacDonald rushing up to catch up back to them. We've got Baldassarri in 6th. That's always sliding wide on the right-hander. Tyres are starting to slide. On this 4th lap, over halfway through this race now. Got to keep an eye on that situation. Then into the final. That's better through the right-hander. Still not the run heading towards the final corner though as he gets all over the curves. And then slides wide. As Olivia's passed Bagnaia up into 4th. So the title contenders are right up there again. May have had a poor first lap, but they've regained the positions right at the front as MacDonald dives down the inside Baldassarri in that first corner. He needs to make moves like that. As he's up to 6th, and there's Bagnaia right in front. This would have been for the win just a couple of laps ago, but now it's for 5th. So we're using all the curb there. Poor run through the left-hander. Baldassarri trying to come back at him. It's into the right-hander. He's turning early everywhere. Got to be more patient on turning, MacDonald. He's going down the back straight. Look at that, they're virtually together, the top 5. So he defends the inside from Baldassarri. You know, our opponents like to make a move into that hairpin. Through the left-hander. He's not gaining. But we're coming into his favourite sector now. The final sector. That's better into the right-hander. Not better for the rear tyre though, as he drifts wide in the second part when he needs to run. Does that cost him the win? Because he can't make a move now on these 3. Unless he has a good run through this right-hander. Oh, he's down in the right-hander! That's why you go wide in that corner. If you touch the curb, you're down. It's down to 9th. After battling for the win. This is not his season, is it? Moto2 is not his category. He's in the second to last lap. He's in 9th. The tyres have gone. They're sliding everywhere. Be lucky to score top 10, even though he is 9th. The final lap's going to be hell, the tyres. And he's a second behind Zabi. Got almost 2 second lead on Quartararo behind. Zabi's battling with Marini for 7th. Look at that, just sliding out the corners. Using the engine braking to get towards the apex of the hairpin. There's a nice move from Zabi on Marini up to 7th. He's got Agata past Quartararo behind for a top 10 for Dominique. Needs to go a bit wide in the left-hander. Have to be so patient on the power though, waiting for that wheel to grip. Oh, again, sliding it through the double right. He's got over 2 second lead now on Agata behind. As that's a much better run through the right hand around the outside of Marini. And Zabi gets it all wrong. Up into 7th for MacDonald. But now he's got to brake. Oh, very tight into the final corner. Let's look at it, just can't get on the power. The rear tyre's gone. This is why we're struggling to score top 10 here. Into the first corner, dives down the inside of Zabi. Again, just can't get the power down. The Spaniard gets down the inside into the right-hander, but MacDonald forces him wide, gets back past, through the left. Almost punted by the Tech 3. So here we go, you can see the top 6 getting away, almost 3 seconds in front. Let's go into the right-hander. And now we've got the Spaniard and the Italian with the slipstream heading into the hairpin. They have to brake early. Oh, he's been pushed by Marini. He gets down the inside of Xavi. Again on our final lap, is MacDonald getting mugged? He's down to 9th. He's down on the grass. And look at that, he's struggling to score a point now. Ridiculous. As he's down out of the top 10. After battling for the win at the halfway mark. Look at that, no rear tyre. He's going to be battling to hold off Vinales out the final corner. He'll be lucky to hold off Vinales out the final corner. So he's catching up to Pons. Had to take that right hander so slow though. He's almost over the curb and almost an insta down. As Marquez wins. After being as low as 7th. MacDonald gets a point. Well, that's hopeless from that race. Should have done so much better. Should have got a podium at least. As Morbidelli is second. Doesn't win for the first time this season. Oliviera not second for the first time this season. Bagnaia, fantastic 4th from the Italian ahead of Passini. Baldassarri 6th. Zabi 7th. Marini 8th. Agata 9th. Quartararo 10th. Luti recovers to 11th. Kent 12th. Nakagami 13th. Pons 14th. MacDonald with the solitary point ahead of Vinales. So he scored the fastest lap. So he had the pace round there. As the Finn finished in 19th, as it is Pauli in last. So in the championship, Morbidelli leads by 19 points ahead of Oliviera, with Marquez now just a race win back in 3rd, with Passini 2 race wins back in 4th. There's already a top 3 that have broken away, with Baldassarri 5th, Banai up to 6th ahead of Luti, Zabi 8th, Quartaro up to 9th ahead of Marini, Nakagami up to 11th, or down to 11th, Agata up to 12th ahead of MacDonald, who's 85 points back. He's already out the title battle, it looks like, with Pons in 14th, Kent 15th, Surin 16th, Garden 17th, Vinales 18th, Binder 19th, Shorter 20th, and Corsi in 21st, as Kent is the newest point scorer so far this season. So our teammates down to 22nd with Ika in last. As in the constructors standings, Cadec still a perfect 4 from 4 and lead KTM by 24 points. Tech 3 in 3rd, Suter 4th, and Speed Up with a Sochi point in 5th. As we have unlocked 1993 Dowell Beatty, a very good rider in the mid-90s. Beatty before injuries got to him. Has look at our stars, the Moto3 team. The Moto2 team, yeah, a point for MacDonald, but a couple of crashes cost him dearly. And as I said, should have scored mega points, needs to score mega points for the rest of the season if he wants to be in the title battle. Well, good race for the Finn, up 10 positions, as you would expect in MotoGP. But in Moto3, started 9th, finished 7th for the Argentine rider. Started 30th, finished 8th for Andrea. Oh, he likes his level 3 crew, and they both smashed the race objective as the Argentine rider is up to 7th in the championship, and Andrea up to 15th. Fantastic from the pairs. They improve everything apart from Andrea improving his cornering. MacDonald improves his cornering and body position. The Finn improves his throttle management and body position, and our MotoGP riders improve everything, as we earned a decent amount of credits. MacDonald cost us once again, and we lost reputation though, despite our Moto3 team being fantastic. So we only have so with an activity day, and we can have a technical meeting to improve our riders' affinity by 10. Do some social networking, improve the extra reputation bonus for the next race to achieve the sponsor objectives by 100%. Or we can go to the gym, do some muscle building, improve our riders' throttle control by 100 XP. Or do a TV program to receive a reputation bonus based on your place in the next race by 100%. Well, I don't think we're going to be doing any of the reputation bonuses, as we've already got enough reputation. So let's go to the gym and improve our riders' affinity, which will improve it for the Finn in Moto2 and for our MotoGP riders. And you only really get this technical meeting at this part of the season, so it only happens like once a season from what we've seen in past seasons. So do we go for the elite with the technical meeting, or do we do the muscle building, which improve all of our riders' throttle control? I think we've got to do the muscle building, haven't we? It's really that affinity bonus only applies to 3, but only half of riders. It only improves it for like 1 race for those riders, so much better to improve all of our riders' abilities before they head to the Mans and the Bugatti circuit for the Grand Prix de France. And will it be a fantastic race once again for our Moto3 team? Can MacDonald return to form like he has to? And can our MotoGP team actually not finish last? Find out next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.